But now we're beginning to see the fruits of that. So we've got that nice pipeline building as well. So we're in a really good place as we go into what's a busy period in advertising, the period building up to Christmas.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Electric Guitar CEO John Regan. John, very good to speak with you again. And it's been a busy 4 months since you launched back in early May. Could you recap for the audience what you've achieved since then?
Yeah, hi, Stephen. Good to see you again. Yeah, we have been really busy. I mean, if you recall, we came to the market with the business and completed our acquisition on the 3rd of May this year. So it's only been 4 months, although for me it seems like it's been a lot longer. And look, the attractive thing about that business, I think I said it at the time when we first spoke, was they had invested £8 million in some really good, robust technology. As a result of that, had won some really solid clients as well, good blue chip clients, both in APAC, in the UK, and in the US, and across EMEA as well, of course. So it was a really solid business. But what they hadn't done was invested any significant money in sales and marketing. Their UK sales operation was in effect half a person. It was their commercial director who was running the business and responsible for all sales. So a really tough job there for her. So that was the opportunity with the business, because of course it meant there was lots to do. So in those last 4 months, we've come in and we've restructured the business. We have a new MD now. We've also brought in 4 sales and marketing heads as well. So they're busy building a pipeline. But what we also needed to do is make the technology easier to sell. So we've productized it a lot more. It was a very bespoke process that took between 3 and 6 months to deploy historically. Now, by productizing it and having some standard templates and that type of thing, we haven't reduced the functionality at all. It's still just as effective for our clients, but we're able to deliver that now within 1 or 2 months. So we've really shortened that, which is great for our clients because they can get to the product more quickly, but also good for our resourcing as well. Now, I know that you want to mention, and so I'll mention it for you. On Friday, we sent out an RNS announcing the launch of a new product called Voco Solution Portal. And we're launching that at what is one of the largest exhibitions in our industry, an exhibition called DMXCO in Cologne. We are Hall 7.1 stand SO71, if anyone happens to be in Cologne and would like to visit us on the 18th and 19th of September. And we'll be demoing that product there and launching that product there. But the reason it's important is because it's a self-serve version of the product that we've been deploying. And what that means is when clients are set up on that, they'll be able to deploy our technology within 1 or 2 hours. So we've gone from 6 months to 1 or 2 hours, which is really significant because it means that they can test it lots of different ways. It means they can have it right here, right now. So from that point of view as well, there's been some fantastic progress happening there. What we also needed to do was position the business a bit more strategically as well. So they've won some great clients by talking to people about gamification and creating first-party data. But this is also a much more strategic product, which should not be just a bolt-on to a marketing campaign. It's the core of a marketing campaign. And so what we've done to enable that to happen is formed alliances with businesses who are talking to clients at a much earlier stage in the marketing process. So we've teamed up with Sophos 3, who are really well established in the automotive vertical. They've got 25 automotive clients across UK and EMEA, and they're all the type that you would expect. They're household names. So not only do we get access to those clients to sell our technology, but access at a much more strategic discussion. We've also teamed up with Digital Alchemy in Singapore and across APAC. And again, they are an infrastructure implementer. They have a fantastic network in APAC. They're one of the biggest providers of that service across the Southern Hemisphere. And again, they're talking at a much more strategic level to their clients as well. So that shifts us into a different place, gives us access to new verticals, gives us a bigger sales team in effect as well, because they're selling on our behalf. So those things are really great. What we also did, of course, and I know this is a really long list, but only in 4 months, we launched a JV focused around artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, the reason we did that was twofold, of course. In the marketing industry, people now need AI to deploy the personalized experiences that people expect. But without the right data in it, without the right data to inform the machine learning and to inform the AI, the experience simply doesn't work. And one of the things that we saw in 3Radical when we acquired it is that they had collected a data set of over 1 billion data points which was based around people who'd interacted with their technology over the time. And they hadn't capitalized on that. So we were really, really keen because we saw that as a fantastic database of information full of really valuable nuggets about how people engage, an absolute goldmine, quite literally. And so what we've been doing, what we did with the AI JV and what we've been doing for a number of months as we were developing the JV was processing that data so that we can get it into a state so it will give us the information that we need. So we'll be able to describe to our clients, based on 1 billion bits of information, exactly how people engage, both across the 3Radical technology, but also more broadly across websites. And what that means is they can improve their ROI because they can understand how people are engaging at a much earlier stage in that engagement process, and therefore either enhance things or change things in a way that maximizes that engagement. And of course, if you maximize engagement, you maximize sales, and that means that your marketing budget is going further. So with all of those things happening, there's been some big changes. We've taken the company along with us, so they're all very, very excited. And now we're beginning to see the fruits of our labor. So this week we talked about, we sent out an RNS this morning about Jewson. And that's really important because this is all about cross-platform technology, the idea that they can find their difficult to find audience. So they have an in-store audience of tradesmen. They're very difficult to find online. And what we have is an experience which launches online and then encourages them to provide information digitally, which means that they can then continue their dialogue online with those people. And those cross-platform applications are really valuable to marketers because it's really useful to take someone from in-store to digital, because then you can communicate with them and either sell to them online or drive them back in store with your communication. But it works in other markets as well. If you look at car dealerships, for example, hugely valuable to be able to talk to people online when they leave the dealership, so you don't lose them when they've gone. Similarly for retail and a whole host of other applications. So this really opens up a new market for us here.
And really just also highlighting the importance of those, linking those physical and digital customer experiences, I suppose, John.
Yes, that's exactly right. So any kind of event or anything like that, is really valuable because you turn an event into data, and of course you can mine that. So we're really beginning to see the fruits of that now. We've got a really nice, healthy pipeline of really engaged prospects to talk to. One of the things I was conscious of is, you can't walk through the door of a really complicated technology business like 3Radical and expect a sale on the first day. But now we're beginning to see the fruits of that. So we've got that nice pipeline building as well. So we're in a really good place as we go into what's a busy period in advertising, the period building up to Christmas.
Well, John, I hope you'll keep us updated on any further developments. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Great. Thank you very much, Stephen.
That's Electric Guitar CEO John Regan.